Hey everyone, Andrikats here, and today I wanted to make a quick guide on how to reach to the top of Thaldraszus peak to get the Dragon Glyph Thaldraszus Apex. This one is by far the worst to get, and it really took me a long time before I realized what I had to do to make my life easier. So I'm just going to share my personal tips which might help you out a bit, so you could get it way easier than I did. Before we get started though, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more WoW content and follow me over on Twitch where I'm streaming World of Warcraft. Alright, let's jump right into it. First things first, if you don't know what the purpose of these glyphs is, well, long story short, when you pass through a glyph, you get a talent point to spend on your Dragonriding talent tree. The more talents you unlock, the further and faster your dragon will be able to fly, and it will be so much easier to travel throughout the Dragon Isles. I won't go to any further details though regarding the Dragonriding system, because I already covered them in my previous video I made, in which I went through the Waking Shores glyphs. More parts will come for the remaining 3 zones, so stay tuned. Despite these videos, I still wanted to make a separate video for just this particular glyph, because it's extremely hard to reach it. It's located on top of the probably highest peak of all of Dragon Isles, and it's like 2 times the height of the other peaks. Not only that, but there are also a ton of invincible walls around it, and there are not many safe spots to land, so all of the factors contribute on making it extremely hard to reach. The first time I tried to do it on stream, I was just skyward ascending my way upwards and landing whenever I could find, just slowly work my way up there. But the problem with this method is that you need to find more landing spots, since you are not covering as big of a distance as you could have with the way I will explain it in just a bit. So after a lot of frustration, I managed to find an easier solution. What you simply have to do is complete the quests in Azure Span to unlock the Whirling Surge ability. This is rewarded from the quest Calling the Blue Dragons given by Caligos. And why you have to do it? Because Whirling Surge is way better than the Skyward Ascent, which is like the basic flap upwards ability. It gives much greater boost, so you can build up a lot of speed and travel way farther and higher up in the air. The tooltip says that it spirals forward, but if you aim it upwards, it does take you higher, so it works both ways, either straight or upwards. It has a 30 seconds cooldown and it costs 3 vigors. Vigor is the energy source of all of the Dragonriding abilities, and you will unlock more as you progress through the talent tree. I will say you probably need like 5 vigors at least, so you can use Skyward Ascent 2 times and then do the Whirling Surge. The maximum amount of vigors you can have is 6 at a time when you unlock all of the talents, so it might be good if you save this Dragon Glyph for last, so you can have a lot of talents unlocked already before you try attempting this. First off, I started from the roof of the highest building in Valdragen, and I flew towards the mountains, passing by Tyrhold. I landed whenever I could find, and then I started climbing up the peaks. The ideal way is to go from the southwest side, because the east side has a lot of invincible walls and I couldn't climb particularly high. But approaching from the southwest seemed somewhat easier, although it depends on the peak you choose to land and if there's any invincible wall preventing you from going up. In that case, I tried to evade the wall by going either left or right. In this one, I decided to go from the left side. So I landed, waited to build up some vigor, and then I tried to go higher. This is also one of the reasons I suggest having a lot of talents unlocked before you start attempting this, because we have to wait for the vigor to recharge, and if you only have the initial talents, then it will take forever. There wasn't any invincible walls here, but it was very steep, so it was kind of hard to find a good landing spot. As you can see, I bumped into an invincible wall again, so I'm trying to evade it by going a bit to the left. And we find a safe place to land between these two peaks while we wait our vigor to recharge. In this height now, this side of the mountain is very steep, so we can go higher from this side, so we have to move more towards the northeast side, where you can see the peaks covered in snow. I basically had to travel through the other side of the mountain towards the east side, so I could find a safe place to land. I managed to go only just a bit higher here because of the invincible wall. As you can see, we are really high. Even with the full distance graphics, you barely can see the ground, or like the smaller peaks. We can go higher from this side now, so I'm moving a bit to the south. And I did calculate it a bit wrong here, so I went back to where I was. And yeah, as you can see, like, it felt quite miserably over here. So again, we can go upwards. Just wanted to test it out one more time in case I did a mistake. And yeah, the invincible wall is still preventing me from going upwards. So what I did instead is I went just a bit higher to this peak behind me. And now we want to aim for the snow peaks over to the left side. Usually where there is snow or grass, it's safe to land. And here we go. I didn't manage to get as high as I hope I would, but I just waited a bit for vigor to recharge and I tried to go higher. As you can see, we have arrived to the south side of the mountain. 2 jumps away from the glyph now. We are almost there. And we are almost there for the final jump. And so as you can see, I did feel a bit miserably here. I could have landed in this spot, but instead I went just a bit lower. But even from this spot, I managed to go with one swoop to the top of the peak. So if you manage to get in either of these 2 spots, you should be able to attempt for the top. 2 or 3 skyward ascents following by the whirling surge ability should get you right through the glyph. But even if you don't manage to get to the glyph, you can land on the top of the peak and then 1 skyward ascent should be enough to reach the glyph. And that's it. I mean, seriously, if I managed to reach it 2 times, then you should be able to as well. I'm not particularly good with the heights and, having to jump from one platform to another. This one, it really does require a lot of patience and determination. If you fall, find a place to land and keep going up. That should be enough to get you there. First time I tried to reach it, it took me like a good 45 minutes. I even live streamed it, it's up on my Twitch page. But when I found the easier solution I'll show you, it did take like 15 minutes top, mostly because I had to wait for vigor to recharge. Yeah, if you are like better than me, which presumably you are, you could like do it in 5 or 10 minutes top. As always, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you have found this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content and hit that notification bell so you can stay alert. Good luck with whatever you're doing and I will see you very soon. Bye!